Hello viewers, in this video I'll demonstrate on how to create a custom library in CodeIgniter 3. To start off, go to the application folder and then click on the libraries folder and create a new file. This file will be your library. I'll just call this library math.php. In the file I just created, let's create a class called math. Now, in this class, let's just create a simple method to add two numbers. So public function, and let's call this method add. And this method will accept two parameters. Let's call it A and B. And we'll simply just return the sum of these two numbers. Let's just copy this line. Now let's create a controller to use this library. So new file, I'll just call it test.php. Let's just copy this and modify it. I'll just change this to test. And we can just remove this. Now to use the library in our controller, we'll need to add this line. This load library, and in the brackets enter the name of your library. Make sure this is in small caps. And now let's just call the method we created in our library. So this, and then the name of your library, which is math in our case, and then the name of the method, which is add in our case. Let's just pass in 5 and 6. And let's just echo out the result. Just put echo. And to test this, just go to our browser and type in the URL. So in my case it's CI example and the name of the controller test. You might need to type index.php in your case before the name of the controller. And hit enter and it prints out the result. Let's put 20. Save that and reload the page. So it's 26. 20 and 6 results in 26. The benefit of creating custom libraries is that it allows us to write reusable code that can be used across multiple files. For instance, let me just create a second controller called test2. And just copy this from test1, paste it into test2 and just modify the class name to test2. And let me just change the value here to something different, let's say 8. So both test2 and test is using the same method from this library. Both are using the same add method, but each has different values passed to it. So let us test this out in the browser and see what it prints out. So just type in test2 and you can see it prints out 14, which is the correct sum of 8 and 6. So far we have been manually loading a library every time we need to use the library in our controller. So every time we have to include this line, this load library, and the name of our library. But there's a much more efficient way of doing this if we need to use this multiple times across many different controllers. So instead of having to write out this line every time we need to use the library, we can just remove it. Just remove both these lines from both our controllers and go to the autoload file under the config folder. Search for the autoload libraries and enter the name of your library within the bracket, which in our case is math. Save that and go back to our browser and let's test it out. The result is the same, but this time we do not have to manually load the library every time we need to use it in our controller. Subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell so you can be alerted when I upload my next video.